Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous, with me, Ragadan. Let's help out the invisible drunkard and see what's making the Sarkorians sick. And we'll start with this smart boy. Whoa, look at you in your fancy clothes. It's obvious you're no local. The boy, who looks about 10 years old, shoots you a sly smile. He seems like a sharp one. That's right, I come from far away. Oh, you're from Numeria. He waves his hand nonchalantly, but then frowns. Or is it Usalov? If you're from Usalov, you better beat it. We don't like people from there. Do you live here? Yeah, in that big house over there. I know everything about this whole town. Can you tell me about the feast day you recently celebrated? It was even better than usual. I helped make garlands out of flowers for the gate. I sent us some of the spirit of the great wolf. And that evening, there's a man handing out food. And he didn't even want any money for it. You know the person who was handing out food at the celebration? Nah, don't know him, but I did see him. He was like you, from somewhere else. Said he was a pilgrim. He went from house to house giving out meat, totally free of charge. A pilgrim, you say? Embark tugs his beard as he thinks. Gundrun's a tiny place. It's got no big or famous shrines. So why would there be pilgrims here? Then he left town and headed straight for the hill. I followed him. Figured maybe he'd start giving out sweets or fruit next. But no. He's got a camp there and some guard golems. I kept an eye on it for a bit longer. Then I came back. I have to go. Who's stopping you? Alright. Don't be a jerk. Poor Pooch. Did he really die because of me? They said the brightest stars burn the quickest. And how come you died, Rubus, you dim-witted mutt? The portly man sighs, looking at the dead dog. What are you grieving over? I feel sorry for the poor pup. He's such a sweetie, even if he was a bit dumb. And all the time he'd lived here, he'd only bitten 3 people. And every one of them deserved it. That fought from Usalov, Mr. Kree, and a couple of outsiders. Was this your dog? Oh, no. He was just a stray. I just feed them. I don't mind doing it. And it makes them happy. It wasn't my treats that killed him, was it? Where did you get the food you gave to the dogs? Ah, just from some pilgrim who was going from house to house the other day. Holy people are always welcome around here. Especially when they're offering such good meat. Pilgrims are usually poor folk. They go door to door begging for a crust of bread. Are you telling me these ones are handing out meat left and right? That's awful strange. It's not only poor people who travel to holy places. The nobility and wealthy people also enjoy going on pilgrimages. If this one had been a nobleman, the whole town would have heard about it. The chief of so-and-so or the baron of such-and-such is here. But this person crept in, gave out meat, and then vanished into thin air. No. There's something fishy about this. I must go. Oh, Rubus, you silly dog. The man continues mourning the dog's death. The dog is dead. The vomit next to its muzzle indicates poisoning.
I'm gone.
Wolfsholm welcomes you. Your fate is tied to Gundrun. Or should I say, its fate is tied to you. A curious thing happened to one of the townsmen. He drank a potion. He drank a potion and turned invisible. Serena preserve us. Where did they find a whole crate? No matter. We must help the poor sap, and quickly. You simply can't go around mixing potions so carelessly. Bring me the vials left from whatever they drink. And here is a short list of things I need. You can obtain one from Kree, the merchant from Ustalov, and the other from Sigvorn. Once you have everything, I will help. Another little fetch quest. The infirmary's around here somewhere. I forget if they attack us. I feel so rotten. I don't even know if I'm alive or dead anymore. Have you been sick long? It's been 2 days. I can still tell day from night with this darn pain in my gut. Can you describe your symptoms? I'm weak as a 3-day-old pup. I'm sweating buckets. It's like I have a devil in my gut, screaming and kicking its hooves. When did you fall ill? Right after the celebration, the one in honor of Serena. It was so beautiful, and as soon as it ended, this started. The last thing I remember is a pilgrim knocking on my door and offering me some baked cabbage and meat. It tasted so good. Oh, my poor gut. Did the other sick townsfolk take the food too? What kind of question is that? Of course, everyone did. The food was delicious, perfectly fresh, and the smell is enough to make your mouth water. I have to go. The man just lets out a heavy groan in response.
Follow if you dare.
I don't want to die. I'm only 43. I got my whole life ahead of me. The cat is in the same room as the sick people, but it looks healthy. Clearly, the illness poses no risk to animals. Well, tell that to the dog. We also know it's not a typical illness. Obviously, the meat was poisoned. Alright, so we need to go talk to the drunkard to get the vials.
My skills are absolute.
I think that's everyone we need to talk to on this side of town for that quest. Don't keep me in the dark here, brother. Did you find out anything about me? Are you gonna start drinking again once you're invisible? Me? Drink? Not a drop. Never again. Just please help. The potion you drank was spoiled from being stored for too long. Really? You know, it did have these exquisite, moldy notes to it. I need more time to consider the solution. Got it, Point taken. I'll leave you to it. Here we go. An empty vial. An old vial containing the remains of an unknown liquid. There is mold on the inside of the glass. The man offers you a friendly wave. The gem in his ring sparkles. Good day. Looking to buy, sell, or ask? I'm at your service. Show Asena's list. I need some items on this list. Some poor soul has turned himself invisible accidentally, but Asena promised to cure him. The merchant studies Asena's list intently. Nothing rare. I'm not even going to charge you. Wonder why that chap wants to be visible again. Considering the many clear advantages. You know what? Tell him to come over. Why trouble Asena about some potion? Tell the unfortunate that he is actually quite fortunate indeed, and that Arisen Kree has an excellent business proposal for him. I have to go now. Of course. Come back any time and you'll find me here. Me and my merchandise. Lava Swamp Beast. No description? Well, fine. I didn't want to read it anyway. So we get the item from Sigvorn. We're trying to take care of this disease real quick. We also need to go fight the guy. Well, sorry. See what's going on with the guy at the guard golems. My greetings, hero of hazy prophecy. Have you had a look around? How do you like our Gundrun? It's rather nice here. Come on now. You don't have to praise our land out of politeness like it's someone's child. Sigvorn peers into your face. Or are you truly enjoying your stay here? Good then. Not many who visit us can truly appreciate this place. Asena asks for something from this list. Sigvorn looks at the note with a frown. If Isa wants to help that dimwit, I won't object. Except that I'm sick to the back of the teeth of him. His antics may be minor, but this molehill's already grown into a mountain. Tell him to come to me for the cure. I'll lock him up, let him sit and think for a while. Trust me. A day or two spent pondering his life choices would do wonders for him. I might do that. That sounds like the lawful thing to do. Or, plus I've never taken that choice. I've only ever done Isena's side of this quest. I think my paladin would see the sense in locking him up so he can sober up for a bit. I want to talk about the reasons for the quarantine. Sigvorn nods. Did you manage to find out something about the sickness? That's good. Let's discuss it with my advisor. Sigvorn wears a smile, but your rival has clearly put his advisor on edge. Let's skip the pleasantries and get down to business. Here you've gone and stirred up all of Gundrun over this, so tell me, did you work out anything about this affliction of ours? We still have one more thing to do. I might do option 2. It's too early to draw any conclusions. And I ask you not to waste the chieftain's time. Yeah, we have one more thing to do before we turn in that quest.
No reason to pause.
Ah, it is lawful. I already read that. Sigvorn will help you. You should go to him. Are you sure he will? You wouldn't lie to me, right? The chieftain usually frowns upon us. Us meaning, you know, folks are like a tipple. Fine, I'll trust you. All the best to you, brother. I mean, I didn't lie to him. Sigvorn is going to help him. Sober up. I'm gonna see if Senna has anything to say about that.
We'll win this war.
Again, that's the first time I've taken that option. Oh. Guess she wasn't that invested in curing that guy. Which I understand. Alright, so we need to go this way. We'll buff up before we exit the gates.
Together we stand.
I'm gone.
Magriglio, Turino, Inimosi, Travisi, Ona, Adayana, Ona, Adayana, Ona, Adayana, Aborane, Sentes, Ronda, Dratior.
I don't steal. I encourage people to save the poor, helpless tieflings around the world. Starting with me.
Let me help. Aborane, Sentes, Ona, Adayana, Inimosi, Travisi.
Ask nicely.
Search for the beauty, not your eyes. Sentes. Aborane, Sentes. Aborane, Sentes. Aborane, Sentes. Amranda, Quadriglium, Turino, Adayana.
We definitely don't need all these buffs up, but I don't remember which ones I do need. So I'm just gonna play it safe.
Meditate on your mistakes. You might make you feel better. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi.
We do it my way.
How do I read this? The bodies are fresh. These are the first victims of the mysterious disease. They're ready to be sent to the local cemetery or to the pyre.
Follow if you dare.
Caravaner. Who's the guy we have to talk to for that? Then it's the guy over here. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am? Oh, it's that guy. Tefan, or Tiefin.
I do what I must.
Cover me, all right? Can we retreat already?
You've crossed the wrong
Begone,
mountain.
fiend!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Don't hold back!
Gotta be a way to loot the body. There it is. Bloodstained note. Your talents in the art of poison are phenomenal. My patrons will appreciate your work greatly. You may consider these guard golems a gift. After all, we don't want any misfortune to befall one of our best agents. Crow in Shadow. Still alive, you mangy mutt. Toss her aside. Our master will deal with her later. And bite. The dialogue in this DLC seems to go by a little too quickly. For me to read out loud anyway. If I was just reading it in my head, it'd probably be fine.
My will is resolute.
I'm always
We're gonna
ready.
summon our paladins. Here we go. Sela.
A bright
Up front.
future awaits.
This will be
Distract
quick.
them for me.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's right, my hammer. Such a weird animation, though. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting another hammer. Or, sorry, Earthbreaker. That effect, I mean, it's fun and all, but
I'm gone.
it can be a little inconvenient. Where's that dialogue at? Alright. Still alive, you mangy mutt. Toss her aside. Our master will deal with her later. And bite off the heads of these irritating mortals. I knew that fight was up here, and since we just buffed up, I figured we'd go and knock that out. I'm really excited. There is a Earthbreaker you find in Act 5. The Skeletal Merchant sells it, and it's really good.
Follow
There's
if
actually
you
a
dare.
couple. I think there's one in Act 4 that's also really good that can carry us through the rest of the game. And neither one of those have the critical hit requirement that the ones we found so far have. One does AoE sonic damage when you get a killing blow, which is kind of what my
We should move.
build is all about, is getting killing blows with that first hit with Focus Strike and Cornigan Smash and Dreadful Carnage. So they'll all be shaken and or feared, and they'll also take a bunch of sonic damage, is the plan. There's also one that gives you more damage based on your athletics. I think the Sonic one is sold by the Skeletal Merchant in Act 5. I think the Athletics one is sold in Act 4. Which would line up because another piece of equipment that scales with your mobility, or is it Athletics? It's Athletics. Increases your charge damage, and it scales with Athletics. I think it's like every 4 points or something. Alright, Sigvorn. I see you haven't departed Gundrun yet. Well, come in, if you have business with me. Let's talk about this again. I already read all this, and my investigation has borne fruit. Sigvorn slaps his knee. You got a problem like a wolf at a slab of meat. You don't drop it for love nor money. I'll listen well to what you have to say. I'm certain that this is no disease. Sigvorn frowns. Not a disease. What makes you say that? Only the hero... Only the healer from Numeria is capable of determining that. Don't listen to them, my chief. We should wait for the healer. We've waited long enough already. Now we're going to listen to whatever our guest has to say. The chieftain gestures for you to continue. Not long before the sickness broke out, a suspicious person was seen in the town claiming to be a pilgrim. He was giving out food for free. What could be the cause of such generosity? Strange. Why would any pilgrims come here? We worship Serena, of course, but who outside our town would know about her temple and come all this way? And as for handing out food, what a load of nonsense. Have you heard anything about this Bjord? I saw the fellow, but what does that matter? I don't see why he's relevant, Chief. He's just an ordinary pilgrim. His food could have been spoiled, or poisoned. And a pilgrimage is a perfect cover story for a spy. You saw him and didn't check. I'm disappointed in you, Bjord. I talked to the afflicted townsfolk. They all ate the pilgrim's food and fell ill soon after. They ate it and then got sick, is that right? Well, well, well. That's interesting. What's interesting about it? That's a completely ordinary coincidence. Who remembers what they ate on any given day? I found a dead dog. Its owner said the animal died after eating the meat the pilgrim had handed out. A dog ate the pilgrim's food and died. Now there's something to consider. What's a pilgrim got to do with it? The sickness is highly contagious, that's all. Even animals aren't immune. I found the person who was giving out food. He's dead, but there was a contract to supply poison in his pocket. So our pilgrim's journey didn't last very long. He certainly didn't have spiritual matters on his mind. This whole thing is fishy. We need to take a look at those documents. We can't take Outlanders at their word, Chief. A conspiracy in our Gundrun. Ridiculous. Could waste their time on this town. I would for one, Bjord. Sigvorn frowns, looking at his advisor, who seems to shrink under his gaze. Look at this. It's a contract to supply poison that I found on the dead pilgrim. An interesting note. Sigvorn takes the contract from you and turns it this way and that, peering at it. I don't recognize the hand, but the date rings a bell. That's the day I gave you the money and told you to send a messenger to Numeria for the healer. The world is full of coincidences, my chief. Bjord's expression is calm, but a drop of sweat trickles down his temple. All the evidence indicates that someone deliberately poisoned the townsfolk. Sigvorn's face darkens. I think there is truth to your words. Can't write this off as a coincidence. Bjord, didn't you tell me recently that you needed to send off for some poison to deal with pests in the granary? Did I? Perhaps I did, but I have so much to do, I can't keep track of it all. You saddled me with managing everything in the town. No matter what it is, I'm the one who has to do it. I'm the one who has to find the time. And does anyone ever thank me for it? No. You take all the credit. That's what's got you so angry, Bjord. I've always valued the work you do. Valued me? Ha. You dragged me to this cursed place. You said it'd be for a year. And 10 years later, you're still festering here. Don't like the sound of that, Sigvorn? Wake up. On its own, this place is a worthless hole in the ground. It seems your advisor betrayed you, Sigvorn. Nonsense. Bjord may not be acting like himself, but he's no traitor. Tell them, Bjord. I'm so sick of you, you noble idiot. Sigvorn, this place is dying. I don't want to die along with it. There are forces at work that we cannot overcome. It'd be better to submit, to join their side. And there you have it. The difference between a clan and a band of mercenaries. Ulbrich shakes his head in vexation. You can trust people. You can have dealings with them for decades. That doesn't make them kin. Well, Ulbrich, as you'll soon remember, kin doesn't protect you either. No, Bjord. Tell me it's not true. You couldn't have betrayed your town like this. My town? Bjord barks out a brittle laugh. I left my town to follow you, and you dragged me here, to this dying puddle of devil spit. Yes, I betrayed you. You betrayed me first.
Aha! A test of my abilities.
Alright, Bismuth back here.
The light take you!
You should have run!
Time to share your treasures!
You may survive me.
Nothing to it. I never have imagined that's what Bjordov thought of me. Well, I'll be. Wonder how much they paid him to betray me. Sigvorn shakes his head in bewilderment. It doesn't matter. Thank you for helping to expose that scoundrel. If I knew the name of whoever hired him, it seems it will remain a mystery for now. I think I have an idea. We got another Swarmbane clasp. I don't think we really need it going forward. I don't think there's very many swarms left. I got solid hide armor. A couple of notes. A suspicious note. Carry on. Your talents have been noted. My patrons have promised you a respectable future. Rowan's Shadow. And a healer contract. This contract for a Numerian healer has been written and signed, but has since been crumpled. More importantly, it should have been somewhere other than in the advisor's pocket. Will you lift the quarantine now? Of course I will. It's not much use to us anymore, is it? That quarantine. That advisor of mine, the Viper. How much longer would he have had me fooled if he hadn't stepped in? Alright, we can talk to Asena, see if she has dialogue about the quarantine being lifted. We have some stuff to sell as well. Alright, so the solid hide armor. This +1 hide armor grants its wearer DR2. We're gonna sell that junk. Okay, and there are a couple things I wanted to buy. We don't have much time to buy them. Sell 27,000. Can't afford it yet. Well, I actually take that back. We have plenty of time. We don't wrap up the quest in Gundrun till Act 5. I think. Pretty sure.
I do what I
I've only done it
must.
the one time, so I don't know this area as well as I know the rest of the game. Now we go check in with Asena, and then next time we're gonna help out the caravan. Tell her about the traitorous advisor. I found the source of the sickness. Senna's face darkens as she clenches her fists. Treachery in the very heart of Gundrun. Poison is seeped into our land. From what quarter will the next calamity come? Your help has been invaluable and could not have come at a better time. But this story struck fear and alarm into my heart, as though it is not yet over. It is not quite over. Alright, we're gonna rest up. And the next time I'll help out the caravanners.
It's time to act!
I'm angry with myself for not realizing there was something off about Nura, but I feel sorry for her too. If things had been different for her, she would have made a great ally, not just another lost soul in the Abyss. Sorry, the Abyss will have to answer for. Let's read that. You think people like her can change? No. She picked her path of her own free will. It has a caravaner highlighted here, but I thought Stefan or Tiefin was who we had to talk to. No, it is the caravaner. Tiefin should just have generic dialogue. What are you gawping at? Keep your eyes to yourself and move along. Over here somewhere.
Follow if you dare.
Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Next time we'll talk to the caravaner and protect the caravan from the hunger that moves, supposedly, in the mountains. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.